Hello, my name is Anna, and I'm a graphic designer. Wait, you did that in the last video, didn't I? That joke's old now. Anyway, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Ignore my hair being my hair. So as you can see from the title today, we're going to be talking about portfolios as a graphic designer who is seeking a job. Now, I did a video actually a few years ago when I was applying to university about how to prepare your portfolio for university interviews. I'll leave that up there in case you are in that position as somebody who is applying to university, depending on when you're watching this. But in my current position in life, I am, and if you watched my last video, you'll know, I am seeking graphic design jobs in agency in the industry because my freelance business is hasn't been going as fast as I hoped. So for this week's video, I thought that I would compile some of my tips and tricks that I found useful from my university degree when I first made my portfolio, and also the tweaks that I've made recently whilst I've been applying for jobs. So without any further ado, let's get into my guide as to how to design your portfolio as a graphic designer. So the first point I want to touch on is the program you should be using to create your portfolio and anything to do with editorial layout design. InDesign. Learn InDesign if you haven't already. If you haven't already got InDesign, if you don't know InDesign, get to know InDesign and use it, because it's the Adobe app that is designed for layout. Okay, it's designed for that kind of thing. It's just gonna make your life a heck of a lot easier if you're using that program. So it's fairly simple to set up if you know basic rules of typography. Yeah, but that's my first tip. InDesign. Use it. It is your best friend when it comes to anything to do with layout design. So now you've started making your portfolio, now it's time to put your work into your portfolio. Obviously, it's not a portfolio without work, is it? So my biggest tip here is to tailor it to the type of job you are applying for. In my degree, I did a vast amount of different types of work, and whilst I am appreciative that I learned all those skills, the types of jobs I'm applying for is mainly like advertising and marketing agencies, because I have an eye for advertising and branding and that kind of thing. So that's the type of job I'm applying for. So for instance, I've even expanded some of the projects that I've already done to include marketing, which is another point, but the point is I made sure to leave out any work that I didn't think was necessarily relevant. So anything that was just didn't really serve a purpose, like as a passion project, just to like show anything about myself. If it was just kind of like a vague piece of work, don't put those in. Make sure that it's tailored to the type of job that you want and that you're applying for. So now all your work is in your portfolio, I would also recommend putting like short passages next to that work and a little bit about yourself at the beginning of it, just so the employer, if you're not having like an in-person interview, they can at least look through it and get a brief summary of you and also the briefs and your thought processes behind the briefs, you know. And plus, if you do end up at an interview, it also gives you more talking points because they're gonna go, so this was your thinking here, expand upon that, you know. It's that kind of thing. So I would recommend having some form of like text in there, even if it is just like a short passage, just to give them some pointers when it comes to the interview. And it also gives them an insight into your creative process, which is, again, kind of the same point, but you get what I mean. Now this next point hits very close to home. If your layout design skills aren't exactly top of your skill set, just keep the design simple, okay? Make sure it sticks to your branding, make sure you have personal branding. Make sure it sticks to the colours and the fonts of your branding, but also just keep it fairly simple. Don't really think too much into it. At the end of the day, it needs to be clear for the employer so that they can get a clear vision as to, you know, you and your thought processes behind your design and your specific thought, like your creative process as a designer. Like they need to get to know you as a designer. So if you're able to communicate that, that's the main point. Okay, so if layout design is not exactly something that you necessarily have an eye for, don't worry, just keep it simple, stick to your branding, and you should be fine. And this next point is very important. Get other people to review your portfolio before you send it off. My goodness, because if you don't, there could be like a glaring like spelling mistake or something, like something's not lined up right that you might not have noticed but someone else might do if you show that to them. So that's a very important thing to do. Preferably it should be like your fellow designer classmates or even like your tutors if you're comfortable with that, but somebody who has a background in design so can give you relevant advice and also knows like what they're looking for. And that's it. That's all my tips. I know this video is kind of short, but considering I'm kind of learning as I go at the moment, I didn't really want to make such a detailed video considering I haven't actually got a job yet. This is just advice that I'm learning, as I say, along the way. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, but you know, if you're on the same journey as me, you know, take a deep breath and just send it off to the employer. What's the worst that can happen? You know, go get that job of your dreams. That was cringe, but yeah, good luck with all of your interviews. You're gonna smash it, and also wish me luck on my job hunting journey, because as I say, go watch my last video if you want to know kind of what's been going on in my head recently and why I've sort of changed career plans. But yeah, I thought I'd make this short video just to give you guys some advice, and I hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any more of my videos. Also, make sure to follow me on all my social media, names for which will be, as always, at the end of this video. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Happy job hunting.